you guys having fun? Yeah, this is a great convention. It's been wonderful. Listen, thank you for this talking stick. And I'm going to say a couple words before we start our program. So I was trying to think of who I could give this talking stick to that would hang on to it for me. And of course, we have to find somebody that has the gift of gab. And of course, at a political convention, it'd be so hard to find someone like that. But there's somebody that I had in mind right away, and that's Garnet Genus, who's one of our brand new members of Parliament. Now, I'll tell you why he's earned this. I don't know if you saw the news, but Garnet's actually the member of Parliament that has spoken the most in the House of Commons this session. So, Garnet, come on up here. You get to hold the talking stick. He's never going to let it go. He's doing a great job. And listen, on that note, I just want to say how incredibly proud I am to be the leader of a caucus like the one we have. We have unbelievable members of Parliament in this room, and I want them to all stand up, including our candidates of record that are here that ran for us in the last election. Please stand up, and everyone give them a round of applause. They are amazing people. Amazing. Bravo. All of you. Yeah. You guys are what makes it all happen. I cannot tell you what an honor it's been to serve as your interim leader. And you know what? I am so proud of what that says about our party, and I want to tell you why. It's not actually the first time. When I was entrusted with this responsibility, it wasn't the first time, it wasn't the second, and it wasn't even the third. It's the fourth time that a woman was chosen to lead a Canadian Conservative Party. That makes me proud. Makes me really proud. Because, it was 2015. But, there's something about that. And that's the thing about Conservatives, right? We are not interested in where you're from, whether you're a woman or a man. We don't care about who you know. We don't care what your last name is or whether you're going to fit into the pages of Vogue magazine. What matters to us is what you have to offer. Nous pensons, that's right. That is what we believe in. That's what we believe in. Nous pensons que la seule...
We believe the only requirement for success should be an appetite for hard work and belief in yourself.
The only requirement for success should be an appetite for hard work and a belief in yourself. And it's an aspirational message that resonates with millions of Canadians from all walks of life. And you know what? That is why we have the broadest membership of any party in this country. From students to seniors, from those whose families have been in Canada for generations to those whose families can measure their time here in just days. From those who work in office towers to the shop floor, or to those who work in the fields or on the seas. Your support, and that's the people in this room, your support and your energy are what enable us to do what we do and to make this happen. So on behalf of Canadians everywhere, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. En tant que conservateurs, nous aimons...
As Conservatives, we love our country. We believe in its future, and we place our trust in the talent and ingenuity of Canadians to get us there. Be proud.
We love our country. We believe in its future, and we place our trust in the talents and the ingenuity of Canadians to get us there. So what I say to you today is be proud. Be proud to be a Conservative. Never forget, we are the party of confederation, one of the most durable political arrangements the world has ever known. That's right. That was us. That was Conservatives. And we are the party, never forget, we're the party that bound the country together from coast to coast with the Canadian Pacific Railway, one of the history's most visionary nation-building projects. That was Conservatives. Nous sommes le parti.
We are the party that introduced Canada's first Bill of Rights, 22 years before the Charter of Rights.
Party that introduced Canada's first Bill of Rights, 22 years before the Charter of Rights. That was Conservatives. And never forget that we're the party of free trade, signing the historic FTA at the time in the face of intense opposition to Liberals and New Democrats. We are the party, folks, that best represents the aspirations of all Canadians, whether native-born or newly arrived. Now, Justin Trudeau loves to talk about diversity. And this is the same gender thing he does, talks about diversity a lot. Well, let's reflect on the diversity of our party and our country. We are the party of the first African-American member of Parliament and cabinet minister. We should be proud of our history. We're the party of the first Muslim member of Parliament, the first Hindu member of Parliament, the first member of Parliament of Chinese, Greek, and Japanese descent, and the first senators of Filipino, Korean, Pakistani, and Vietnamese descent. That is diversity. That's diversity. Bravo. Now, this weekend, we will start to write the next chapter of this great story. Canada's Conservatives are ready to look forward. And friends, we all know, and this is a serious note, we all know that it was only a few years ago even that we were not united as a party.
Look around you in this room. Look at the proud Conservative sitting next to you and think about how far we've come as a party.
Take a minute to look around the room and look beside you at the proud Conservatives sitting with you and think about how far we have come as a party. I know, you can all look at each other. It's like in church where everybody shakes hands. How far we have come as a party. And I know that we are not going back there. We are not. We're not going to let that happen. We're not. Listen. It's not what anyone in this room wants to see happen, and it's not what the millions, yes, millions of Canadians who put up a Conservative Party of Canada lawn sign or knocked on Conservative Party of Canada supporters' doors during the election wants to see happen. So never forget that. Depuis que je suis...
Since becoming interim leader, I've had the pleasure of speaking with so many of our members.
Leader, I've had the pleasure of speaking with so many of our members. And I'll be honest, I was a little bit concerned about the morale that I might encounter when I first went out on the road, because it was a close, hard-fought race. We all worked really hard, and it didn't turn out exactly as we had hoped for. But I have to tell you something. After traveling the country from coast to coast, and I've been in every single province, I was reminded very quickly about the strong spirit of optimism that Conservatives have, and it made me feel energized. After meeting from supporters from all across this country, I can tell you this: Conservatives have never been more united, more energized, and more determined. And it makes me happy. Wherever I go, I've heard the same message. We believe in our values, we believe in our principles, we believe in our party. Et nous croyons qu'en...
And we believe that with hard work, we will win back the confidence of all the Canadians.
With hard work, we will win back the confidence of Canadians. And I believe it. I believe it. And that's what we're here to do this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for all your hard work that you've already undertaken here at the convention. First, we need to learn everything we can from each other, and I know you're already doing that. We need to share our experiences to find out what worked and what didn't work during the campaign. And you know, it's not always going to be easy. I mean, let's face it, we're up against a government who wants to rig our electoral system with a rigged committee so they can win every election in perpetuity. That's what they're doing. They want to rig the system. but we will fight them every step of the way and demand a referendum. Absolutely, we will. We will. We will. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and you should say it everywhere you go. When you change the rules of democracy, everyone gets a say, and that's how it should be in this country. So it's not going to be easy. We've got a fight on our hand. We're up against a government that sees no issue with featuring Justin Trudeau in a taxpayer ad campaign and then declaring it at the same time to be nonpartisan, in the same breath. Une administration qui fait tout pour
An administration that does everything it can to keep Canadians permanently dependent on government programming.
everything it can to keep Canadians permanently on government program. But, ladies and gentlemen, riding by riding, voter by voter, we are going to make the case for a Conservative government and regain the trust of Canadians. We will. And we'll do it together. But before we can do that, we need to expand our reach. We know that. Almost 6 million Canadians cast a ballot for our party in the last election. That's only 235,000 less votes than we got in 2011. And in fact, it's more votes than we got in 2008 and 2006. But obviously, it's not enough. So we know that. Donc, la deuxième chose...
So the second thing we need to do this weekend is to remind hard-working Canadians why the Conservative Party is their party.
What we need to do this weekend is remind hard-working Canadians why the Conservative Party is their party. It's their party. And that's the difference. While the Liberals and NDP cater to elite opinion and shill for special interests, we have always been the party standing up for ordinary working Canadians and their families. We're fighting for them because we are them. We are them. We are and we will be the voice of new Canadians who will come to Canada ready to work, only to find a government more concerned with appearances than policy. And we are the party of young Canadians who will soon, very soon realize they've been handed a Liberal government that is very big on promises and very short on delivery. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I also want to make another appeal to you, and I want to stress how important it is that we also reach out to young women. Now, as a lifelong Conservative, and any woman in this room knows what I'm talking about, you always hear that thing, how could you possibly be a Conservative? You know, it's the other parties that care about women, not Conservatives. Well, no, in fact, that's not quite true. In fact, that's not even remotely true. Les libéraux, that's right, it's not even remotely true. Hello? Yeah. Oh, Justin. Les libéraux s'y préoccupent.
What the Liberals care about is appearances. What Conservatives care about is empowering every woman to pursue her dream.
And what Conservatives care about is empowering every woman to pursue her dream. We don't pass judgment. We provide opportunity and means. So if you want to be a mom, we'll support you. If you want to work, we'll support you. If you want to do both, we'll also support you. But it's up to you. It's your life. It's your chosen path. It's your dream. We'll support you. Bravo. We have always had those basic fundamental values, and that's why we're the trailblazers. That's why we're the party of the first female cabinet minister and the first woman to serve as acting prime minister, the exceptional Ellen Fairclough. That's why you know these names. You know these names. That's why we're the party of Canada's first female foreign minister, the irrepressible Flora MacDonald. That's a trailblazer. And that's why we're the party of the first woman to lead the official opposition, the redoubtable Deborah Gray. And of course, we're so proud that we're the party of the first female. You'd think Justin Trudeau was this, but no, actually, we had the first female prime minister, the Right Honourable Kim Campbell. She was it. Oh. So I say to Justin Trudeau, who's the feminist now?
Only once we make that case to a new community of voters and earn that trust, we will be ready to win.
Once we make the case to that new community of voters and earn their trust, will we be ready to win? Now, I want to share with you some exciting news about things the party has been working on to do exactly that. And they've taken seriously a lot of feedback they've received, and they've been working on a couple great initiatives, and I want to share them with you. First of all, and this was actually after talking to Brian Pallister, our good friend and the new Premier of Manitoba. We're very proud of him with his historic majority. He created a buddy system. So we've taken up that great idea, and we've now created a buddy system where our members of parliament will be paired up with non-held ridings across the country to make use of our great candidates of record. But this is a way for us to support Conservatives all across the country with our members of parliament. And I think this will go a long way in the next 3.5 years to make sure that we support those areas like Atlantic Canada where we lost seats. So that's happening. Make sure if you're a riding that is without a Conservative MP that you meet your buddy while you're here. Now, second, the party is about to start rolling out what's called an official supporter campaign. This is an online portal where we can get people to sign petitions, show their support, or identify what issues are important to them. Now, we're not going to start this process by trying to sell them a membership or asking them for money. Nous connaissons tous des gens qui aimeraient.
We all know the type of people who would like to hear from us or to be involved, but don't necessarily want to become a member or a donor. But we want them to know that they are welcome in our party.
Those of you who are activists know the people I'm talking about. There's lots of people that you meet along the way that support what we do as a party. But they maybe don't want to become a member, or they maybe don't want to become a donor, not at that moment. But they want to hear from the party. So we are going to have an opportunity to bring them into the fold so we can start communicating with them and bring them along and hopefully sell them a membership sometime. But it's a way to create and expand our lists of supporters all across the party. So watch out for this, and I think it'll be a great opportunity for our members of parliament that are door knocking between elections to sign up lots of new people that want to get messages from the Conservative Party of Canada. So a great round of applause to our party that's doing a good job on expanding our reach. Now, the final thing that we've already started to do this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, is engage in some fresh thinking and debate some new policies. And you know, Conservatives always get a bad rap for clinging to outdated notions. But let's face it, at the heart of it, what we believe in are not fads, but time-tested truths. And let's think about those. That every woman and man has inherent worth as a human being and should be free to pursue her or his dream. We believe in liberty and freedom. And family is what matters most. And free markets, not the government, there's a thought, free markets are what generate prosperity. So we as Conservatives are absolutely willing to contemplate any and all ideas that advance this great triple bottom line. And I know you've been doing that throughout your sessions. You know, it's interesting because the other parties might talk about how much they like people, but they actually don't have that much faith in them. And that's the truth. Les conservateurs savent que
Conservatives know that Ottawa isn't the answer to every question.
Ottawa isn't actually the answer to every question. We understand that our role isn't to, that's right. Shocking. We understand that our role isn't to micromanage the lives of Canadians. We know that the government didn't invent the iPhone or revolutionize the taxi industry, for that matter. It wasn't the government. What we can do, though, and what Conservatives have always done very well, is to provide peace, order, and good government so Canadians can do what's best for them and their families. And in doing so, they help build a stronger Canada for all of us. Now, these are exciting times to be a Conservative. They really are, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot realize long-term success, though, without periods of renewal. And we're going through that now. And we're using this opportunity to reinvigorate our party. And all of you are doing exactly that here. We're embracing new ideas while reaffirming our commitment to the values that define us. And never forget that. You know, some of the feedback that I got while I was out on the road was we should talk about our values more. And I agree. I agree. I mean, we are the party that cares about family, about community, about faith. We're the party that is always the compassionate party. And why did we stop talking about those things in the last little while? I'm not sure. They underlined all of our policies, and yet we didn't communicate them like we needed to. And I think we have to start doing that. And it's important because Conservatives are always the first people to reach out a helping hand when there's a tough time, when their neighbors are going through tough times. We are the party of family, of faith, of community, and we have to remind Canadians of that. So listen, we're here to celebrate those values and to celebrate the people who built the foundation upon which we'll launch our party's future. Our party is strong, and we're united, and we're looking forward. And that's the theme of this convention for a reason. We have the principles, we have the people, et nous avons la détermination.
And we have the determination and the drive.
Determination and the motivation. So with your support, we will earn the confidence of Canadians again in 2019, and not just because we want to, but because we have to. As Mr. Harper said, we have to. People will need a strong, united Conservative Party in 2019. Absolutely. Now, if I can, I'm going to finish with this. Standing here as the leader of this incredible party is one of the greatest honors of my life. It's an honor that, in fact, a year or two today will be over. And it'll still feel a little too short. I've had a great time already. But I know that we're going to take great strides in that time. We're going to have fun over the next few days. We already have had a lot of fun today. In just a few minutes, you're going to get a chance to get better acquainted with some of our wonderful caucus members. You're going to hear from our declared leadership candidates and leadership hopefuls and consider some new ideas for our party. But make no mistake, the work begins here at this convention. We are going to reach out in the next 3.5 years to every Canadian. We're going to debate and to build, and we're going to lean on each other because we'll need to. And it's not always going to be easy. Nous sommes les conservateurs du Canada.
We are the Conservatives of Canada. Hard work is what we do, and we do it better than anyone.
Conservatives. Hard work is what we do, and we do it better than anyone. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.